warning. The things said in this video are not real. These are just fake scenarios that I've created in my head. I would not actually do the things that I say I'm going to do. Please do not take them literal. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are doing a video, and today's video is what would 7 do? Let me start by saying this. I want to say thank you to the supporter that gave me the idea, because if you don't see me posting on YouTube, it's not because I don't want to, it's just because I don't have any ideas and I'm kind of like having a brain fart. So a young lady wrote me and she was like, you know what, I just subscribed to your channel, I really love it. I think it would be a really good idea for you to do a what would 7 do segment, and I think it's hilarious. But disclosure, we about to give a disclosure, you know, like when you looking at infomercials and the pill commercial come on and be like, the side effects are da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, but I know this is a fun video. This is not to be taken literal. Do not do the things that I would do, because I'm going to be honest with you about some answers, because y'all DM me some crazy, like, if y'all are going through this shit, I don't even know, I'm sorry. Like, I'm just going to say I'm sorry. But yes, do not do some of the things that I would do. I say that I would do certain things, and at my age now and where I am at and where I am in life right now, I wouldn't do these things. So keep in mind that this is just something fun. I don't want to go look at the news and see the scenario on YouTube and she got it from this YouTuber what to do, and now you're in a straitjacket and I'm being questioned by the police. We're just having fun, okay? So let's get into this, because some of these, oh my God, y'all, like there's stuff all the way from, you know, the fact that I wasn't surprised about some of this stuff is actually pretty sad. It's mean that I've taken quite a punch. But some of this stuff is just like, I mean, we got friends, baby daddies, it's just a lot going on. So let me get into the first one. We'll do something light for the first one. Somebody said, what would you do if you saw Taliban getting jumped? Yeah, I feel like this is just like a known question. I always watch, Taliban's very observant, so it'll be really hard to get that close to him anyway if he doesn't like you, but I'm very like particular like about watching his back for him. So I would probably see them coming from a mile away and just jump down and start swinging. I am not shy on hitting men. Honestly, I would pick up, like if it was a club scenario, I would just grab the first bottle I see and we would be playing baseball with a 1942 bottle. If it was just like we out at the mall, gonna have to use one of my God's greatest gifts. But yes, if I personally saw my man getting jumped, if you even fight my man when I'm there and I don't have my baby, I'm jumping in. Like, it's no way you gonna fight my man in front of me, my anything, like sisters, anything. Like, I have never been in a situation where like Brooks fought and I just could like, how do I say it? Like, we've never been in a situation where there's just one girl there to fight. Like what happened in Miami, the friend came running up. We don't know what she was gonna do, but we just didn't give her a chance. Brooke didn't give her a chance to do anything. So like, I don't even know how I would react if like I was just fighting by myself or Brooke was just fighting by herself. And could I like refrain from jumping the girl, or would I just jump in? But 100%, if anybody even puts their hands on my baby daddy, I'm swinging. I have no issue with fighting the guy. Yeah, some of these were really funny, and some of them just were like, dang, I feel bad. What would you do if your ex's girlfriend wanted to be friends with you? I actually have an ex that I'm friends with his baby mom. I love her. I think she's the sweetest. And I love that we're friends because I consider the ex family. I think the worst thing we ever did to each other was date, and did to our like dynamic, our family's dynamic was date. So no, we don't have a personal anything anymore, but I am really close with his baby mama. She brings her daughters to Six's parties, or she even brings her daughter to play. Like we're like this. So I'm here for it. I think that I'm just one of those people, y'all, once the relationship is over, like that's it. Like I have no, you know, like I'm not even the type of girl to fight over a man. Like people think that my beef is over men, and it's not. It's like, it's the disrespect that you do over the guy. Like I should be disrespecting you. This is my man, not, you know. So for me, like, exes are just like out of sight, out of mind. I don't really, you know, I don't keep in contact with my exes. That's the only ex that I have a friendship with because our families were so close for so long. And yeah, our babies are growing up together. So I think that y'all should be more open-minded, because it's just like, if you know that something's not there anymore, who cares? It's no point. But I love that our kids get to grow up together. And she kind of feisty, so I can't wait till like we really go out together. The pandemic started when we really started to get close, so I can't wait to start taking her outside with me. What would I do if baby daddy asked him to help me ask you to help him dispose of a body? Okay, the old me would 100% be like, yes, come on, let's do it, we out of here. Now I would be like, why you can't find one of your, you know, find somebody else to help you to do that. Might as well just find somebody else to do it. Like, but knowing me and just my loyalty being weird like that, I would probably help. What would 7 do if a girl you didn't know was mugging her for no reason? Y'all, this happens to me all the time. I get mugged on when we're out. A lot, and I laugh. I think it's funny because it's like, you're not gonna touch me. Your eyes don't bother me. Like, just don't get here, or don't get too feisty. Keep them little eyebrows going. Don't take it no further than that. But it happens to me all the time, and I'll be like, you mad? That's the type of petty like me and Brooke will do. Like, I'm surprised that I do fight so much, because I'm more like a petty person. Like, if a bitch is mugging me in a club, I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna be like, I don't know what you mad about, but since you mad, let me go ahead and taunt you a little bit. I'll even send a bitch a shot, depending on like the scenery. Like, you need a drink, you look tense, relax. What would you do if a kid put their hands on baby 6? Y'all, so this is why, like, right now I'm really trying to get to that point in my life where like people can say stuff to me and do stuff and I don't do anything, because I cannot be going up to 6's school. If they bully my kid, that's like my biggest fear. Like, what if my son gets bullied? What if he gets beat up? Like, how do I stop myself from going up there and being like, give me your phone, I'm gonna call your mama, because I'm about to beat her ass, and I'm gonna tell her, if you don't hurry up and get here, I'm gonna beat your son ass. So yes, I am trying to like hurry up and get mature, get to that level of maturity to where I handle it proper ways, because I'm so scared when he starts school, I'm gonna be going to jail. But I think 6 is really likable, so he has a lot of personality, like such a mature personality already. He just vibes with kids. But actually, him and the girlfriend, my ex's girlfriend, his baby mama, our babies go at it, and he has a girl. She actually be beating my son up, but it's okay. He's selfish. He's kind of mean to her sometimes, but she don't be taking it. And she's slightly younger than him. They're only like 3 or 4 months apart, something really short like that. And yeah, she be fucking him up. But he needs to be a little tougher, so I'm glad to have him around, because I think him growing up so nice and just so spoiled and get whatever he wants, he a little bit of a punk. But we gonna train him. It's gonna be okay. We gonna keep letting his cousins and stuff, you know. I'm gonna let him pick at him a little bit, because I think you need it. It builds character, but I'm not gonna let them be beating up on my baby. What would I have done if somebody threw cranberry juice on me at the reunion? That was one of my favorite reunions. Let me say that. For those of you who did not see that reunion, I'm going to put a small clip in here, because that's a good throwback. But if somebody came, that was like my biggest fear going into the BGC house. Throwing stuff on me, touching my stuff, like, oh my God, y'all. I be fighting the way I fight for like little to nothing. Like, you don't really got to do too much to get a reaction out of me. But imagine if you took some cranberry juice and just dumped it on. They was doing mustard, everything. Yeah, we'd be fighting for a couple hours, especially because I dress really well, and you would be ruining probably something extremely expensive if you did that. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you. We're gonna fight inside, we're gonna fight when we're walking outside. If you still in LA during the weekend, I find out what hotel you at. Girl, after our reunion, I wanted to pull up to them girls' hotels. I was so mad they was talking so much trash. I was like writing them like, y'all can send y'all hotel. Me and Brooke will come pull up right now and we'll finish. They never sent their hotel, but I was definitely giving their energy, like, drop the address. What would you do if you came home and your boyfriend was with another girl while your baby was in the house? This one sounded really personal, and like, because she said a lot more than this, but that's just the gist of it. Girl, I'm just do like a little disclaimer for warning. The things said in this video are not real. These are just fake scenarios that I've created in my head. I would not actually do the things that I say I'm gonna do. Please do not take them literal. They both gonna be dead. I'm gonna be calling the coroner next. I will the police or ambulance, somebody, or throwing them off the 31st floor on the balcony into the pool. Let everybody else just find them there. With my son in the house, like you could at least have the decency to figure out somewhere for my son to go. Nah, I'm going to jail. And I'm not gonna say, I feel like I never had the idea to do this because like I stabbed, what I did to Talaman was something very small. It was just a DM that made me so mad. And then I just got, yeah, like, it's certain situations I probably can't be in. Like, I'm just going, next question. What would you do if coworkers made false accusations against you that led to you losing your job? Sue. Sue, 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 sue. If you have proof, if you have anything, sue them. They cannot fire you unlawfully. Your coworkers lying on you is, no, sue them. What would Seven do if she was about to get jumped? Y'all know I have been jumped plenty of times. I got jumped with Brooke and them, the one that was like so funny. I didn't do anything. I just looked back at Brooke and them. I said, my bad, y'all, we about to get jumped. Everybody started laughing because we just goofy like that. And as soon as she got close, I just got to swinging. I feel like when you get jumped, you just have to swing and you have to pay attention. Like, my reflexes are so bad on a regular basis. This frustrates me. And one of my like adults that I grew up with in my life, she always says that I should be an MMA fighter or a boxer or something, because in my everyday life on a regular basis, I could run into a glass door or run into anything. I can trip and fall on air. But when I am fighting, my reflexes are just, or the way I'm blind, y'all, in real life, like I don't even look at myself on the camera, because when it's a certain distance, I can't see myself anyway. I can't see the TV at night. But when I'm in fighting mode, I think all of my senses are heightened, because I will be fighting one person, look over, see another person swing. When we were out in Miami, I saw the girl running up on me and I prepared myself. I just like kind of held the girl down. She was already on the ground, so I just put a little more force and just didn't let her move. And I got ready to like go ahead and give the friend a little punch, but she was already gone. Brooke had already snatched her up. But I just don't understand how, like, when I'm in that mode, how I'm just so quick. Like, you just have to move quick and swing on everybody. Don't hesitate. If you're getting jumped, you never hesitate. You don't hesitate when you fight at all. Like, because that one hesitation, and we're not fighting anymore. But here's some advice if you get into a fight. Do not hesitate. There's no point in letting somebody hit you first, because you know it's a fight. But don't hesitate. That 1 second that you hesitate could make and break the entire thing. Just swing. And if you keep swinging, like, some people don't really, jumping is like, you know, weird, because there's some girls that have jumped me and like really messed me up. Like Brooke will tell you, me and my friend came home one day, they pulled all, I had bright red hair at the time, pulled all my hair out. My ribs was hurting for days. I had scratches and scars all in my face. Like in high school, that happened to me in high school. So some girls jump you and they go for blood. Like if we jump you, you're gonna be messed up. But some girls jump you because they know they can't fight. So when they actually get hit, like that one time when we all got jumped together, when they were getting hit and they realized like, oh, they really like, there's some punches kind of hurt, they were walking away. Like, so instead of attacking all at once, they were kind of like trying to regroup. They were hesitating. They was like, okay, you go this way, you go this way. I'm like, don't matter which way y'all go. Like, I'm going to be swinging on y'all or swinging on her. So yes, if it's a situation like that where the girls are not really sure if they really want to do this, but they going to do it because their friend is getting beat up so bad that they have to, like that scenario, just swing and don't stop swinging. If it's a situation where they tearing you up, you get that one girl, you get your man, and you just put them underneath you, and you make sure she looks just as bad as you when she walks away. I'm filming, I'll call you back. Yeah, so that's my advice. Either take them all on or pick your one. And she just needs to be messed up too. Make her regret it. But once again, we're not fighting anymore. You're dating somebody and find out they're related to your ex. I mean, it depends. Like, if you never knew, then it's like kind of like not your fault. Like if y'all were all chilling together and like all hanging out before when you were dating one and then you want to date the other one, that one's kind of bad. But if like y'all were all separated, it was not really like a thing, that's okay. I mean, it's gonna be a little strange for the family to get over, but life's short. Do what you do, it makes you happy. What would 7 do if your ex is toxic and has a new girl, but you still care about them? Once again, y'all, like, I'm one of those people, if I leave a relationship, so I have this very toxic trait where like something has to hurt me so bad to where I just don't care anymore, and I get in these moods where like, okay, I don't care. So most relationships, I will let the person keep going and keep going and keep going and keep doing the things that I don't like, and I'll keep trying to forgive, or I'll just won't say anything after a while, and I'll be like, I'll let it hurt until I don't care anymore. So then when the relationship is over, I don't care. So I've never had an ex that like, when we've separated, I was upset about it, because it's like, if it got to this point, then it's just over. But if I was in that situation, I would just date around, like use people to distract myself, go out on dates and stuff like that. You need good distractions. Like, you cannot sit in the house sobbing. You can't lay around all day, because that makes things worse. You got to get up and you have to keep moving. So if you're going through this right now, the best thing you can do for yourself is keep moving. Even if some days like you just can't do it, those are the days you especially need to do it. How do I walk away? What would 7 do to walk away from her toxic situation with her baby daddy? Same answer. Like, I let things hurt until I'm just numb to it. Like, I just don't care anymore. So it's like, you know, I'll start moving on. I'll start dating again, and I just won't care. And, you know, everybody be looking like, oh my gosh, she's crazy, but I'm private. I'm not gonna tell you like, oh my God, I'm dating again. I'll just be very private with it, but I will let it hurt until I'm just don't got nothing to say about it. What would I do if Kiki knocked on my door? Y'all will not let this go, and I'm getting ready to disappoint y'all, because I have spoken to Kiki. We have no issue. We don't care anymore. It's just like so long ago. Oxygen doesn't even care about us. You know, they exploited all of us for their gain, and it's in the past. So if she knocked on my door, I'd be like, bitch, you know where I live at, but just be like, hey, we're not best friends. Like, we won't see us like, you know, butt buddying around, but I have no beef for her. What would 7 do to let someone know that she's not into them anymore? So I have a really bad like thing where I can't hurt people's feelings. So I've had some relationships that I would stay in longer just because I don't want to hurt them, and I'll just start moving on, which is not okay. I'll tell you with my actions that I don't want to be with you. Like, I'll try to make you see it. I'll be annoyed with you instead of just coming right out and saying it. Believe it or not, I don't like conflicts. I don't know how to hurt people's feelings like emotionally, so I won't say it. I would just like start doing things kind of out of character, because I'm a very loyal person and a very trusting person. So if I kind of start doing stuff that I wouldn't normally do, that's probably me saying like, yeah, I don't want to be with you. But I would like to get better at that. What would 7 do if your waitress is flirting with your man at dinner? I would be like, once again, y'all, I really am not good with confrontation. So she would literally have to do something like sit on his lap or something, because I could lose the argument in a heartbeat. I would be laughing. Like, that's happened, not like that bad, but like, or we'll be in a club and a bottle girl would be doing little stuff. I would just kind of laugh. I think it's funny most of the time, because it's just like, I wouldn't do that to people. So you just have to be a certain amount of sick in the head to just be weird like that. So I think it's funny personally. If it gets like too bad, then maybe I'll tell her like chill out. Like, there was a girl on New Year's that was doing it, like straight up looking at him, licking her lips, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm looking at Brooke and I'm laughing. Brooke is mad. She'd be like, no, I'm gonna beat this bitch ass. But I just laugh, because like, how pathetic do you have to be there's so many men here. I'm sure there's men that would be sitting by themselves in the restaurant, but you're concerned about the one that's with his girlfriend. That is a character flaw for her, because I wouldn't do that to another woman. So I laugh. I'd be like, "Are you pathetic?" You know that? I might say that and laugh, so it kind of make her confused. Like, I don't get it. Are you mad or what? What would you do if Taliban got locked up in front of 6? I would just take 6 away. Not try to let him see as little of it as possible, so he doesn't even get introduced to it in any way, or, you know, have a question about it. So that's all I'll do. What would 7 do if a man threatened to beat your ass? Better make it a good ass whooping, because I'm telling you, you're gonna leave looking fucked up. I have fought plenty of boys, and because they have threatened me, so I would just walk up and be like, "Well, do what you said you're gonna do." And they used to do it sometimes they wouldn't. But yeah, do it. You're gonna have to deal with the consequences during and after. That happened to me in high school. I told y'all the story already, so I won't go back through that. But when my dad came up to the school after it happened, he tried to fight his dad. My dad was looking at the dad like, my mom had to kick us out the room because the dad like, "I don't like how you're looking at me. I'm trying to reconcile the situation." My dad's like, "No, you raised that little punk bitch to put his hands on girls, so now you need to deal with it." I'm like, "Oh," and then I'm arguing with the boy mama. I'm like, "And what you gonna do? Because I beat your ass like I beat your son ass." Me and my dad are like not the pair you want to call. Well, my back in the day dad. My dad is a lot different now. But yeah, I would purposely call. My dad lived an hour away from where I went to school at. I would purposely call my dad and not my mom, because I knew my mom would come to the school and be the enforcer, and I knew my dad would come to the school and just be ignorant right along with me. So that's how I did that. Ooh, this one was funny. That's why I screenshotted it. What would you do if you waited till marriage to have sex and then found out he's uncircumcised and is small? Does this happen to y'all? Somebody in my comments, because I know some people cannot have sex until marriage, have like arranged situations going on. I want to know what you do when you're in this situation, because don't get me wrong, it is not the size of the boat, it is the motion of the ocean. But how small are we talking? Like, you know, like, is it small and it sucks? Like, I don't know, y'all. Like, if it was like small, but you know, they I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I don't know for that answer. Like, does love triumph that? Like, do you love somebody enough? I'm asking y'all now, if you've been through this, do you love somebody enough to stay and deal with it? Like, because for me, like, if we don't have a connection, sex is just already not that good to me. Like, it's more of a emotional connection and a physical thing than it is just a physical thing. So maybe love trumps all or something. Like, I don't know. Y'all answer that one for me, because it's a no right now. It's like, but how do you go backwards? Y'all, this one is just crazy. Here we go. Hey boo, hey girl. My baby daddy moved in with his coworker, who used to confide to each other when we were dating. Who I'm sure she meant who. So who he used to confide in when we were dating. He won't introduce me to her personally, but he's mad I won't let our daughter stay the night. But when he comes to visit, he tells all his business, like he's keeping me updated, his finances, his health, family business, etc. And his mama invites me to the cookouts still. Why do you think he's like this? Oh, man. Yeah, I'm conflicted about this one, because I don't want to tell you something that's going to bring drama to your home, but to me, that doesn't really sound like a coworker. Why would you live with your female coworker? Like, that's just weird. Like guy and guy coworker, female coworker, that makes sense. But I also can't judge, because I do have friendships with, like I said, one of my exes, and there's like, it's very platonic, but I would never be like, let's live together, you know? So just why? Like, I would be nervous about my daughter going over there too, because why couldn't you even meet her, you know, for the purposes that she'll just be around your daughter, whether she's a girlfriend or not. Like, I'm not if Taliban ever moves on and gets a new girlfriend, I would be perfectly okay with that. Like, I'm not a bitter baby mama. I would just have to meet her, you know, and let her, like, make clear, like, okay, these are certain things that I just don't want you to do. Like, if you need to discipline him, please call me. I will bark at him. I will tell his dad to him, like, don't discipline my baby. It's just, even if it's not a girlfriend, you don't want random girls around your kids. Women are weird and evil sometimes, and people are weird with children. Like, people's kids have been beaten by nannies and all kind of crazy shit. He still invites you to the cookout. That's a good sign, but no, girl, I think it's bad. I'm just gonna say that. What would I do? I would pull up to the house. I keep forgetting that this is a what would I do and not an advice segment. But yeah, I would pull up to the house and introduce myself. My ex and I ended on good terms. He's a really good guy, 10 out of 10, never cheated. Every quality I look for in a man, but I know he can't give me the lifestyle I would like to have. And I know I can give it to myself, but I feel like a man should provide. I'm Muslim and he's not. I don't know if I should go back to him. I'm 21 and we dated for 3 years. I don't like none of his friends. What would you do? Here for it, I don't like people's friends either. But first of all, I want to say you're 21. At 21, I was not in a relationship. I was having fun and enjoying my life. So I recommend that. 2, from experience, I know that the Muslim and non-Muslim relationship is very difficult. But I think with some open-mindedness from both sides, it could work. Like, I'm learning. I'm not gonna convert for my baby daddy. I will convert for myself, but I am learning about about Islam for him. I'm being open-minded to it, and I'm trying to learn and figure out what I like about it to see if, ultimately I want to convert. So maybe I first think y'all should go have some fun, a couple years, come back together, see, just teach him your religion, don't force it on him, see if maybe he's open to it. And maybe in those few years that he's like out figuring himself out, he'll get a good job, he'll be a better man. But just don't ruin each other right now because y'all are kind of young. So that's what I would do. I would just not even worry about a relationship at 21. Yeah, and just go enjoy my life. And if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. Life is already written. There's a big book and it's already all planned out. We're just going through the motions. That's what I think. And that's where deja vu comes from. What would I do if 6 cuts my hair while I'm sleeping? I'm gonna beat his ass. I would be really upset, but I would, like, certain stuff, he does stuff that irks me so bad and I really want to get on him for, but then I have to think, why did you have the scissors in a place that he could get it to cut your hair out? So I would blame myself. I would be really upset. What would you do if your best friend gives your op your home address? I feel like this has happened to me, not with my new address, but my old address. So we just don't really have people at our homes unless it's like somebody I really trust. I don't bring like just randoms to my house. So most of my associates have never been to my home because you just don't know people's intentions, and our lifestyle is our lifestyle. So yeah, if I bring you to my house, I really like you and I trust you and I think that you're very trustworthy. And then also now I live in such a secure building, like you're gonna go to jail before you get to you can't even get to my house, my apartment. But yeah, you just move better. But if they did do that, I'm very protected. So if you come through my door, you better be coming very, very protected yourself. That's the same question somebody asked, what would I do when 6 gets in his first altercation? That's not really the same thing, but so if 6 called me like I got into a fight, I would just ask him why, like what was it about? And as long as he didn't start the fight, I would be okay. I 100% believe that you should always defend yourself. I'm definitely gonna teach him to defend himself, but I don't want my son to be a bully. That would be so disappointing to me. Like if he was just initiating stuff and picking on kids, that's worse than getting picked on to me. Like just being a bully, like you hate your life that much that you pick on people. What would 7 do if she hit the lottery right now? I would go buy some land somewhere in Florida on the water. Depends on how much I hit for. I would build 6 a big ass house, like humongous. I would build a house so big that I could move all of my mom, all of my sisters in. Everybody have their own areas, their own rooms, their own lifestyle. Yeah, depending on how much I hit for. I would give my baby daddy some money. I would give my sisters, everybody. I would give everybody like their own cut of the money. And then I would take the rest and I would buy some land and build a house right on that land. Big house too. Even though I don't like big houses, but I can't wait to get Six a home. Like, I don't want to have to keep moving him around. So after this, I want to buy him a house. What would you do if you found out the dude you were talking to for a year had a long distance girlfriend back home? Chopping block. I wouldn't even tell his girlfriend. I'm not petty like that, because I feel like sometimes if we end up in that situation, talking to somebody's girlfriend, talking to somebody's boyfriend, we saw the signs and chose to ignore them. So if I saw the signs and I just ignored them, I would be like, you know what, not even going to hurt that girl's feelings. She don't deserve it. I somewhat knew. I wasn't sure. If I wasn't sure, then I knew. If you ain't sure that it's not your man, then you know. So I would just not talk to him anymore. What would you do if your son came home with a busted lip from his teacher? Like, has this happened to y'all? If a teacher ever actually had a teacher throw a chair at me. I fought with certain teachers. Like, teachers be tripping. If a teacher puts their hands on my son, going to jail now. What meme is that from? That's one of my favorite. Oh, the bus. When the girl hit him on the bus, she's like, you going to jail now? But he got up and uppercut her ass so hard. I was like, dang. What would Seven do if she didn't like her job, but it's your only income to live? So our mom always taught us the best time to look for a job is when you have a job. So if I had a job that I really didn't like, in the meantime, while I was still working to make my money, I would be applying for a new job. That way, if I get the new job, I can just pop my 2 weeks notice in at this job and boom, I'm out as soon as 2 weeks up. I can't get over a heartbreak, so what would Seven do? Keep it moving. You gotta move. Like, I know that, like, when you're going through stuff, you really don't want to, like, move around. But I tell all my friends, like, go outside. Like, go to the club. Like, you have to be reminded, like, you're beautiful again. Like, because when you go through certain heartbreaks, like, we think it's more of, like, an emotional thing, or, like, a heart thing, like, oh, my God, I'm dying. But sometimes it's more of a mental thing, like, your confidence is broken. And you just can't figure out, like, how to get back to you again. You have to go out. You have to be complimented again. And it's not like, you know, you got to sleep with the people that are complimenting you, but you need that reminder, because this person has made you feel so bad and so low about yourself that you're beautiful again. And it works. So with that reminder, you start to remind yourself, and you're like, you know what? I'm a bad bitch. I just forgot because I was in the house. What would you do if your man got your mom's house raided while you were living with her? Would you stay with him? No. You don't want no man that's bringing that stuff back to your family. I would not. If baby daddy got our house raided or my mama's house raided, we would just have to be done, because, you know, you're affecting my kid. You're affecting my mama. It's just no. Big no-no. I would leave, personally. That would be a deal breaker for me. Like, I can't. Especially now, I'm so, since Taliban is always like, you're such a punk. But Six has made me so, like, no, at all. I don't want to do anything that can potentially lead me to going away from my baby. Somebody said, what would I do if I found out that Taliban had another child that I didn't know about? I would just not talk to him again. And I know that would be petty, but I probably would just take my kid and move away. Like, you have another baby. Like, love that one. Or I would need some time. Like, no. Somebody else would have to handle our communication for Six, because I would just have nothing to say. It's nothing to talk about after there's a baby involved. Like, what would Seven do if she had to choose between sucking toes and swimming with sharks? What kind of sharks? Because they got some sharks that you can swim with. People do it all the time in the Bahamas. So it depends on the shark. I'm really fucking, y'all, I will not get in the ocean water for too long. If I can't see the bottom, I'm not going anywhere past my waist. If you know, you know, like, I'm not doing it. Hawaii is the deepest I've ever gone in a long time, and I don't know why I was scared. I was thinking about it because I'm like, damn, surfers get ate like this all the time. But there was guys out there teaching us, so my theory is, like, they're gonna eat him first. I'm not that thick anyway. But I mean, I was like, can I suck Six's toe, or like my baby daddy's toe, or my sister's toe, or does it have to be like a certain toe? it's toe depending. Depends on the toe. And it's also shark depending. Like, what would 7 do if she was in a scary movie and she had to choose between baby daddy and 6? I feel like this is a no-brainer. I'm gonna push Taliban and me and 6 is gonna run, or I'm just gonna be like, Taliban, now you know, come on now, just go try to fight the killer. Like, just let us get a head start. So I'm definitely choosing 6. I want to answer one last question because this video is gonna end up being so long. But the last question is, you catch your friend's man cheating, are you snitching? Okay. It's probably not gonna be a good answer, but 1, it depends on the friend, honestly. And 2, it depends on the friend. Yeah, for me, like, if I know that she's doing stuff too, I'm not doing that. Like, and that's probably weird, but it's just like, for me, y'all both are cheating. Like, why would I say anything? And it depends on how close I am to you too. Like, I don't believe that you get in people's relationship business, but if we're really close, I'm always going to tell you, because that's what you're supposed to do, whether you're cheating or not. But if we're not that close, and I know you be moving around too, I'm be like, well, I mean, she do it too, so I guess maybe it's an agreement. I'm gonna mind my business and act like I don't see anything, because yeah, I know how it is, you know, like, they gonna know it was me that told, like, then it's gonna be issues and they gonna be back cool and it's just gonna be a mess. But my really close friends, I do snitch to. Well, I don't really have any friends. Like, I don't have friends. Like, if I call friends that have boyfriends, at least, like Brooke is my sister, Lala. Those are my only friends with boyfriends. Yeah. Jill. I would definitely snitch on Jill's boyfriend. Definitely snitch on Brooke's boyfriend. I have. And Lala, I would tell Lala too. So yeah, it depends on how close you are to me. And that's pretty much all the people that I talk to, like, on a consistent basis. So, guess so. But I enjoyed doing this What Would 7 Do. I honestly have like 50 more questions. So if y'all want to see a part 2, let me know. But if I would have finished those other questions, this would have been a 2-hour video. Once again, remember my disclaimer. The things that you saw in this video are for entertainment purposes only. By no way for real. Y'all watch movies. Y'all would not go shoot up a club because you saw it on Belly. Like, please do not take my advice literal. I don't want to see anything. I just don't want to see y'all in the news because of me. So, peace out as usual.